The other fun one is taking on staff. Now, I think 0 to 1, or if you're the 0 to 1 staff is probably the hardest one.
Yep.
But so we work with a lot of businesses of varying sizes. But let's say that I think the 1 to 20 is within your arm's reach.
Yes.
If you've got a good business, good client base, and you've got everything or a product,
Yes.
1 to 20 you can control. You can have maybe one assistant manager. But once you go into what I call Death Valley, which is 20 to 35, that's when it gets a bit scary.
Because you as a leader can't be in all of those people's world 100%. All the time.
So your clients or your customers get a bit more marginal, a bit more out of your arm's reach. You have to put policies and procedures into place that as a smaller business, you can sort of, you can blag your way through that. But go 20 to 35, you're hiring outside your knowledge pool. There's all these steps that go from 20 to 30.
People.
Yeah, and you've got to delegate it to people that you haven't necessarily come along with, and you got to take a lot more. There's a lot more sort of keeping me up at night risk 20 to 35. But
how do you get over that hump?
Well, in some ways you've got to say, I get to 20 people and I say, this is when I have to start thinking about my HR, think of my policies and procedures. I have to think about, because you might need a bigger premises, you got to take on more of an obligation in relation to premises. You got to look at your clients and debtors and start to say, well, we've got to be a bit more structured about how we chase our debts. We've got a bigger cost. So you actually, I know it's uncomfortable for a lot of people, but the reason I call it Death Valley is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. It's the death of the old business and it's the growth of a new business.
Yes.
But that chasm, 20 to 35 people, is a bloody scary chasm. Because you're walking into the office and you're like, did we hire someone today?
Do I know you? Yeah.
I've had clients who have grown that quickly that they literally are looking around their office. They're like, I don't know, it's 30 people. That's
pretty scary.
It is scary. And if you've had this feeling of how your business works, and then all of a sudden that fear of growth starts to bite you and it starts to get a little bit scary. So I think getting over that fear is supported by adding partners and expertise from outside the business, because you can't then go and apply all this management to your business that's going to support you just for your own comfort level.
So that's a way of getting over the fear, is actually calling in the experts.
Yep, calling in some help, and they can be people you trust.
Yeah.
So 1 to 20 might be all people you know, but then when you bring in some external consultants that actually have specializations in certain areas. For instance, a 20-person business probably can't carry a HR manager, right? But they can carry someone on the outside who's doing some hours, they're giving you HR support policies. They can't carry a legal counsel, but they can get someone who acts as virtually a legal counsel for the business, those sort of things.
You touched